Where you guys been? 9:20 right here on this 9th day of May in the heart of the RiverBend. Allison, RECFest, here we go. No one knew that we were just running down to the studio, you know? How are you doing this morning?
I'm doing pretty good. How are you?
Hanging in there.
Yeah.
So RECFest, if I can get untangled here, is this weekend.
Yes.
And this is a really big event. I mean,
huge.
You guys are pulling out all the stops. Fill us in on this.
Yeah, so we have, there's so many things going on. So RECFest, the whole premise of RECFest is to kick off the recreation season. So the U.S. Army Corps of Engineers has a lot of recreational land that we want the public to know how to use properly and safely. So we have over 20 organizations coming out to talk about the different ways that you can recreate outdoors and how to do it safely. So there will be lots of different activities. We'll have a passport for visitors, and if they visit 10 stations, they get a goodie bag.
That's a win.
Yeah.
I like this.
Yeah.
And to me, it's really a great way to kind of learn as you're enjoying too, which is I feel like is definitely something you guys are wanting to push.
Yeah.
Huh? So take us through this. So whenever we go up, this is free, right? So we can just show up.
Completely free.
No parking?
No, just completely free.
How about that? That's a win. I like this. So how long have you been over with the museum and all that you've done?
I've been the director over at the museum for about 2.5 years now.
So that was 2.5 years. Been pretty exciting.
Well, you know, I came on in August of 2020, so it's been different every 6 months or so.
Has it really? And now when you're gearing up for something like this, take us through all the different things you have to coordinate. I know there's so many different groups coming. So take us through that process.
Yeah, so anyone that's familiar with event planning knows it's really the details. There's little things like we realized yesterday that we're out of ice. You know, who knew that we needed ice? So now we have to buy ice, you know, just make sure that it will be a warmer day, so for safety reasons, we want to make sure that we have ice in the building. We have to map out, each person needs a different amount of space. We've got Upper Limits Rock Climbing Gym. They're sponsoring the event by partnering with the foundation that supports the museum. They're bringing in an entire portable rock climbing wall. And so that needs X number of space by Y number of space.
Right.
So we've got to map that out. Alton Parks and Rec is bringing different games, and so they need an amount of space. Some people don't need as much space, so just kind of mapping out where everybody will be. Do they need electricity? Do they not need electricity? Just making sure that everything is in place, the right number of tables, the right number of chairs, roping off parts of the parking lot for the fire truck and the tactical vehicle that are coming from the police and fire department. So just so many little details to make it run. And Travis Smith, our ranger there, he's been coordinating the event with the partners, and he's the one slotting in all those details. So
wow,
he's been working really hard.
Talk about some ins and outs of an event. So you guys better show up to this. Now this is rain or shine, and I know that we're kind of crossing our fingers and hoping for the best this weekend. But regardless, this event will be taking place.
This event will be taking place. There are obviously some things that we won't be able to move indoors. We can't move a rock climbing wall inside.
Right.
But last year, it happened to be the worst storm of the entire year last year. And so we had the Coast Guard boat out, we had the tactical vehicles, all that stuff can't come inside.
Right.
But the things that can come inside, we just set up table after table after table, and the organization still came out, and we still had hundreds of people who were happy to be able to get somewhere dry.
Yeah, that's a good point.
So, I mean, like, we still had activities. It was still, the passport where you could go around and get goodie bags.
Yeah.
But we've got even more planned this year, so we really need the rain to hold off.
I don't know if we got to call, Uncle Dave, whoever. Right. But we are really asking you just to wait to rain until the 14th.
I mean, it can rain. It can rain. It can sprinkle. That is part of being outdoors and recreating.
Oh, yeah, that's a good point. Yeah.
It just cannot, the heavens cannot open.
No biggest storm of the year this weekend.
Yes.
So, I mean, there's so much going on at this event. And I mean, there really is. And one that I kept seeing was the presentation of entomology.
Yeah.
Let me ask you about this a little bit. So I'm looking at this. I love the name because if I have to spend time, I'm not good at, I talk on the air, but I can't actually pronounce words. I just kind of, wing it. But I got this one pretty
Entomology,
quick.
yeah.
So take us through this.
So Bob Tarter, he's a wildlife biologist and self-proclaimed animal guy. He is going to have a show at 11 and at 1. They are free. We have a pavilion outside, a sheltered pavilion in front of the museum. That's where the shows will take place. And he's going to have live animals and walk you through different local adaptations of local wildlife and animals that you might come across while you're hiking in the area.
That's really cool. And that's what I think is so cool about this event, Alice, is the fact that, you know, you're learning, but you're also learning about your specific environment. You aren't, you know, there's no alligator getting brought in here and, you know, what are we going to do?
Right.
This is really a great opportunity for everybody.
Yeah. So it's very, very place-based. So we have the Mississippi River Water Trail Association coming with their kayaks to teach you how to kayak.
They're going to be on in about an hour.
Oh, are they?
Yeah, that's actually funny. I didn't know they were going to be there.
Yes. Well, we partner very closely with them. We're going to have the Missouri Atlatl Association. So an atlatl is a type of spear. So they'll walk you through a safety talk. And then if you want to, you can try to chuck a spear.
So can I just tell you something real quick?
Yeah.
I was reading through this yesterday and like filling people in because I manage the events calendar and stuff or help do it. And I got to that point and I went, Missouri Spears.
I think I say it wrong. I said atlatl. I think it's atlatl. I actually don't know.
I like the way you're saying it. I think that's great. So we have that, which I think is actually really, really cool. Now, can you throw one of those things? Have you figured it out?
I have thrown one.
Uh-oh.
Yeah.
You good?
I mean,
You know. Yeah, you know, I like that. Yeah. That's really cool. So, I mean, so anyway, with that being said, you know, how many different events? Because I know you got like 20 different stations. Mm-hmm. Is it over 20 yet?
It's over 20. Yeah.
So what's one of your highlights of this so far? Whatever you're looking through the list before we go back into it.
Yeah. So aside from the rock climbing, you know, like I said, they're sponsoring the event and bringing this giant apparatus for people to climb on. We have Bass Pro. They're coming with an inflatable archery.
Oh, cool. That's really cool, actually.
Yeah. We've got MDC, the Missouri Department of Conservation. They're going to be here. National Weather Service. They're going to be here with some sort of weather simulation, whether it's like a tornado simulation or
Wow.
I don't know if they're bringing that one or not, but they've got talking about what happens when you encounter severe weather when you're outside recreating. Great Rivers and Routes will be there to face paint all the kiddos. BJC, so Barnes Jewish Hospital. Mm-hmm. They'll be there with a whole table of stuff for kids to make their own first aid kits to bring outside with them. We have an ATV association that's going to be there to teach people how to properly fit their helmets before they go ATV riding. I mean, it introduces people to all the different ways. You don't have to just hike or fish.
Exactly.
There are a ton of different ways to get outside and get outside in this area, and those people will be able to tell you the local areas that are good for ATV riding, kayaking, fishing, hiking, and what you're going to want to do. So MDC is going to, I think, teach you how to pack a backpack to go backpacking, stuff like that. Well,
and two, I mean, it's a great point because I think there's sometimes you see folks that, you know, maybe are just trying to get outside and, you know, not harming anything, but they go out and go, I want to, you know, ATV here, I want to kayak here. And then, you know, they don't realize that it's not the appropriate place. Yeah. And then, you know, there's some discrepancies. Yep. And so this is a great way to really kind of, you know, learn this the right way. And I love this. So before we go back to this event, when you started at your position now, were you as familiar with how many spaces that we really had to utilize here?
So I have been doing river outreach and community engagement in this area of the state for about 10 years now.
Wow.
So I was familiar with a lot of the different organizations and activities, but it wasn't until I got with the Army Corps of Engineers that I realized how much of the space up and down the river is actually federal property and free to use because you're sustaining it through your tax dollars. It's
Right.
your land.
Right.
Yeah.
That is so incredible. And it really is. I mean, all up and down our Riverbend area here, we have places to go and
Yep.
places to see. And another thing, I don't know if just to make sure we hit on this, I saw that fourth grade students can actually go to this event. And now this is really, to me, the selling point of it all, because so many people doing trips this summer
Yeah.
and things. Well, how about this? Bring your fourth grader and you get your child gets an outdoors pass, an America the Beautiful pass option, granting students and their families free admission to all national parks and public lands.
Yeah, so that's an $80 card. I pay full price for my card.
Right.
Yeah, so if you visit 10 stations, everyone will get a package of prizes.
Yep.
But if you happen to be a fourth grader, in addition to that, you will get your EKO pass, which is Every Kid Outdoors. It allows for fourth graders to get a free America the Beautiful pass, which is worth $80. And the pass is good for the car. So that's, your whole family. And so instead of paying the $20 fee to get into Rocky Mountain National Park, you've got your park pass, and that's good for the year, and it will get you into all the parks.
Yeah, I mean, that's to me, that's a really cool thing. That's the selling point right there, because you think about it, you got a family of 4 times 80.
Yeah.
That's about $320.
Yeah.
And I don't do math very well. Even I knew that one. Well, so with all that being said, how long does it take you guys to get this event together? A couple months?
We start contacting partners end of last year.
That's what I was wondering, because this seems like you guys have so many, and it's not just, it's not smaller organizations either. I mean, these are some very big organizations that are coming in, and it's got to feel really good in your position to know that, something that you're, helping organize with the group is really turning out to be this staple event that hopefully comes back next year again.
Yeah, we're really hoping that we are able to have this event be not just an outlet for our community, but an outlet for all of our partners and all the other organizations to get their message out. So we'll have the Madison County Bike Trail out there that can talk about the bike trails. And it really is kicking off the warmer weather, so all these organizations can utilize this free event to help get their message out. So in that way, we're multiplying our impact because we're reaching all of our customers, our community, but then we're able to harness and leverage all these other messages from all these other organizations and really just double down.
Yeah, well, I think it's great because to me, I really see this event becoming one that, man, this court hates me today. I see this event coming one where, over the years where people know that it's going to be this weekend or a certain weekend, but it's not only just people coming in from town, but people coming in from, parts of Missouri and parts of Indiana that want to see these things and get to, boost our local economy at the same time. That's a win.
Yeah. So we thought about that. We thought about people that might want to travel. I have a 6-year-old, so I'm thinking about food, right? Like if I get there and she's done a couple of stations, but she needs to do 10 and she's getting cranky. So we have Damn It Joe's barbecue coming out. So that way you feel like you can stay. You can stay and see everything that there is to see because you have food options as well.
How many times as a parent so far have you gone, man, I really want to stay, but she's getting cranky, she's hungry, we got to get home, Yeah,
that was my thought. It's 10 to 4, and that the bulk of that middle of the day is lunchtime, so we've got to give people a reason to be able to stay.
Absolutely. And I mean, I really think this is just fantastic. And to me, I think it's really cool that there's other things going on, but you guys have it set up to where you're in a perfect location for this. I mean, it really is. It's a match made in heaven, over 20 partnering organizations. And, how big's the team of that puts this together? How is it a group or is it just a couple of you guys that throw this together?
The outreach team at the museum is 4 rangers. We're down a couple right now. Different people have taken developmental opportunities.
Gotcha.
So we're in a place of transition right now, and me and Travis, and we also have a recreational team on the other side of the river that is always so willing to come over and help us out at the museum when we're shorthanded. So they're helping Travis with a different event today, grabbing the coolers, and so that morning, we'll have an all-hands-on-deck situation at 6 in the morning, setting out the tables, and it will be a very nice assembly line of a lot of people working really hard.
Well, you guys have to be proud of yourselves even more so than with the numbers you have to be able to, really pull this off is really impressive. Now, let me ask you this, though. I'm looking down here at the list, and I'm looking that there's going to be a ceremony to reveal the names of the new Piasaw Harbor Islands. Now, I don't know anything about this. And now, let me set the I always get told, Allison, if you don't know, you got to act like you know in radio and hosting a show so they don't think you're stupid.
Yeah, you got to seem
Ship
confident.
sailed a long time ago. Fill me in on this. This is cool.
Yeah, so this is separate from the event, but we're hosting the ceremony as part of the event. The last couple of years, the Upper Mississippi River Restoration Program has been constructing new islands right off of Piasaw Harbor. So if you are driving up and down the river road, you might have seen some of the work happening. Mm-hmm. So we're creating 3 new islands. I think there's actually a 4th now, but there's 3 new islands. And this has been in the work for like 20 years, trying to find the funding to get these islands rehabilitated. So there used to be some islands that would flood and then re-expose and flood and re-expose, but with the lock and dam systems, some of those washed away. So we got funding to rehabilitate the habitat, create new islands, and so that's finally happening, and islands need names. So Corinne O'Brien and myself, another ISOP ranger. ISOP is Interpretive Services and Outreach Program. I just realized I used an acronym.
I was going to ask you. Thank you.
We went to all classes, 5th grade through middle school in the Alton and Jersey public school districts. We engaged about 2,500 students throughout the fall and early spring of this year. We told them about the new islands, we told them about the core mission, and then we gave them an opportunity to submit a name. And then there was a selection panel of different stakeholders that went through those names and picked the 3 names that will forever be the names of these 3 new islands. And so those students will be there, and we will be announcing the 3 new names, and our Lieutenant Colonel Sears will be there to hand out certificates to the winning students. And we're really excited. We've been working really, really hard, kind of in secret on this project, getting into all these schools, combing through these names, and it is time to celebrate the kiddos that did the work. They had to write a little essay about why their name should be picked, and there was a lot of work that went into it, and we're really excited to announce those names.
It's not Daily Show Island. I thought so, but they kind of threw that one out. But in all seriousness, that is so cool. Yeah. So this is really going to be one where, it's going to have some lasting impact too, and really, So take me through that, because you guys wear so many different hats with what you guys do each and every day. But to be able to, kind of let the hair down a little bit and go to the schools and get to talk to the, kids about, all the great, things that our environment can offer them, and to have this opportunity. What were some of the reactions from the kids? Were they excited to have the opportunity to do this?
They were really excited, and we got a lot of really good questions, which was that was a really great indicator. So at the end, we would present to them. We'd have a slideshow and video and pictures about what we were doing, and we would get questions about, what about this kind of name? Can I do that? Like, no, that's against the rules. Or, what happens if you pick a name, but 4 different students submitted the same name? And we walked them through what would happen then. So they were very, very inquisitive. So I knew that they were taking it seriously.
And that's cool to know that they actually wanted to do this too. Yeah. Oh my goodness. So if you got your bingo card out, we're at about, a lot of activities. Mm-hmm. What else am I forgetting about this?
We have open tours. So we normally do free tours of Melbourne Price Locks and Dam at 10, 1, and 3, 7 days a week. Mm-hmm. But when we have a large festival like this, our tours cap out at about 25 people. And when we have large festivals of hundreds of people, we can't accommodate discrete tour groups. So what we do, instead of having one tour guide, one tour group, we put several volunteers and rangers just on top of the dam. One person will just ride the elevator up and down, and it's open. It's just open to the public. You can ride the elevator up, and instead of going on a 45 to 60-minute tour, you can decide for yourself. I'm going to stay up here for 5 minutes. I'm going to stay up here for 2 hours. I'm going to take some pictures of the eagles flying by. And there will be rangers dotted up and down the lock and dam. And you can just mosey on up and down, all on it's just open. Yeah, for the whole 6 hours.
That's really, really neat.
Yeah.
I mean, this is a really great opportunity for everybody to kind of just learn about something they probably drove past 1.5 million times.
We're hidden behind the levee.
Right.
Yeah.
And that's what I think so amazing about this is, there's so many great things you guys offer, but it's like, there has to be about 10 million people a year that drive by that, building and don't realize exactly what's going on in there.
Yeah, yeah. We are one of only 15 Class A regional visitor centers owned and operated by the U.S. Army Corps of Engineers across the country.
That's impressive.
Yeah, yeah. So come see us.
Allison, anything else I'm forgetting about?
I think we touched on most of it.
Most of it. I like it. That means that's a tease for you guys to go figure out the rest. It's a rain or shine event, adventure theme, by the way. Forgot to ask you about what's adventure theme.
I think climbing a rock wall or jumping in a kayak is pretty adventurous.
I thought I was talking about dress code. I didn't know if you had to wear like a safari hat.
Yeah, we will be policing. Yeah, if you don't come dressed appropriately and you're Indiana Jones. No, when you come in, we will have somebody at a welcome station that will hand out like maps.
Yeah.
So every car will get a map so you know who is where, so you can visit the stations you want to visit, and then that will be your passport to get your goodie bag at the end. And REC is actually an acronym, so it's kind of a play on words because it's recreation themed, but R.E.C. is recreation, education, conservation.
Absolutely, and I'm really excited about this, and just think it's a great event, and I can't wait to talk about the next one.
Yeah.
And Allison, anytime you guys have things going down over there, whether it's an event or news stuff, you're more than welcome to hop back on the show.
I'll be back, I promise.
And by the way, guys, we hit it perfectly. With 10 seconds left in the commercial break, snuck right in the studio.
We were running.
There you go. And I hope that you guys are running to Rec Fest this Saturday, 10 to 4 at the National Great Rivers Museum on May the 13th. 9:41 on this 9th day of May. Take a quick break. We'll come back, wrap up the 9 o'clock hour after this.